Hi, this is the third in my series of videos on why Agile projects fail. If you haven't already watched them, why not have a look at the first two in the series? The third reason that Agile projects fail is a failure to understand that Agile projects require more structure and discipline than traditional projects. Agile projects are sold to customers by telling them that they will be able to change their minds during a project. Some people take this to mean that they can change their minds at any time at all. This is not really what is meant by Agile. Agile projects are only Agile when compared to traditional project methodologies. Within Agile projects, change is only allowed for stuff that hasn't been started yet. As I have said previously, this contrasts with traditional projects which are set up to resist change. If you want to change something that has already been done, then the only way to do this is to do it again. And this means that either the project will cost more or something else gets left out. Changing stuff while it is being done is a no-no. All Agile methodologies disallow this, mainly because it's incredibly inefficient. As a project manager, you should resist this because it's a recipe for chaos. But remember, because Agile projects divide things up into small chunks, if a customer comes to you when the team is in the middle of something and says that they want it different, then the amount of waste is quite small. The theory behind this restriction is that it is more efficient to complete something that is suboptimal and then redo it than it is to continually allow for change to things that are in progress. Now, Agile consists of a whole load of different practices, and there's a lot of people out there who will tell you that if you don't do all of them, then you're not doing Agile. Search for Scrumbot just to see what I mean. However, if you look closely, Agile practices can be divided up into three categories. Practices that improve the performance of the team, practices that improve the agility of the team, and practices that improve the transparency of the project. That is, making it clear how much has been achieved so far and how much there is left to do. As an Agile project manager, the third one is the one that you should focus on. In particular, there are three things that you should always strive to maintain. Firstly, don't allow the client to add anything new into a chunk of work once it has started. Especially in the early days of an Agile project, people will try to shoehorn more stuff in. And the problem is that the new stuff's liable to be poorly understood and will not have been estimated by the team beforehand. This makes it very difficult for the team to know how well it is doing and is likely to result in much less getting done than planned. Secondly, don't allow the team to compromise on their definition of done. For example, say the team is developing an application that stores people's banking details. If your definition of done says that every new feature has to go through a security test, and the team gets to the last day for the current chunk of work, and they haven't managed to security test that feature, then it isn't done. Now, the reason that this is important is that done is the only true measure of progress. Say, for example, that the feature I talked about before fails the security test, and when the team looks at it, the only way to make it pass is to redesign it and a whole load of other stuff at the same time. Not only is it not 90% complete, it's not even 0% complete. Lastly, and most importantly, don't allow the team or anyone else to extend the end date for a chunk of work. Again, let's think of an example. Say the team is committed to deliver 10 things in a single chunk of work. On the last day before delivery, 8 of them are done, and the team thinks that they can get the rest of them done with another 2 days' work. Reluctantly, you give them that extra 2 days that they've asked for. However, during the final testing of the last 2 things, they encounter some problems which they then estimate will take them an extra 5 days to fix. You've now got a customer who has got nothing when they could have had 8 things, and you've got a project which is out of control. If you break any of the 3 rules that I've spoke about here, I've broken them all at one time or another, just go easy on yourself and try to do better next time. I hope you found that useful. I've got one more major reason for Agile project failures to go, and I'll be posting that video up in the next week or so. Please subscribe if you want to learn more.